Which brings me on to the subject of my dad. It's quite unusual, but he grew up in an orphanage, in a boarding school for war orphans in London. He went there when he was 6, left when he was 16. You lay an egg. We should bottle you for matinee audiences. He spent 10 years of his life in this orphanage. From the age of 6 to 16, all the adults in his life referred to him as his surname and his roll number. So in his case, it was G59782. And then he left when he was 16, became a debt collector for about 20 years after that. But for me, it was great because he got no father of his own to sort of base his role modelling parent skills on. So it's just like growing up with this sort of bearded older brother who was just quite stupid many a time. It was quite jolly for me. Over the last few years, him and my mother have had this market store where they sell cutlery and spoons and silver plated. Sundays, I like to eat a sundae. I don't know about you, but I get right pissed off with that bottom inch in the sundae grass. And my father sells the spoon that is specially made to negotiate the bottom of the sundae. So he's done his bit for humanity, is what I'm saying. But he's a devious salesman. He's one of these really crafty people who makes it think that it's your idea. And his piece of resistance came when he actually sold £150 worth of silver-plated cutlery to a double glazing salesman who was cold calling, knocking door to door. I was down there at the time, it was fucking great. See this guy walking in the driveway going, what the fuck am I going to do? Failed. I had a relationship with a consultant psychiatrist, and it reached the point of meeting each other's parents. And I said, well, before you meet him, basically, he knows that you're quite rich. So he's going to sell you something and you'll never use it and you'll blame me. So the best thing to do is to take your chequebook out of your bag before we set off and just leave it at home, and that way we'll head that little problem off at the pass. And she took umbrage, ladies and gentlemen, was quite offended by this. And you always think I'm stupid. I've done medical school, I've done psychiatric training, I've read Jung, I've read Freud, and you think I'm some dickhead. She ended up sort of taking the chequebook with her to prove a point. And then we cut forward about 3 hours later, we're driving back home. In the car, there's this really stony atmosphere. Neither of us are talking, absolutely nasty, stony silence. The only thing breaking the silence is this clanking sound in the back, which I took the sound of her being wrong. That's what that was. of that sound. But needless to say, you could have cut the atmosphere with a knife, which was handy because we had fucking loads of them. And I'm pleased to say, she did complete a wrong dance afterwards. Are you familiar with the concept of wrong dancing? I see a question marks. Right, this will help your lives, and that's a promise. Wrong dancing works really well if you're in a couple, it's great. If with mates, brilliant. Or with colleagues, equally as good. And what happens with the wrong dance? If one of you is proven to be absolutely, totally, 100% wrong, then the wrong person must do a wrong dance. And this has to involve the swinging of hips. If hips don't move, it doesn't count, right? And the person must dance for at least 90 seconds, swing their hips, and simultaneously sing about how wrong they were. And 90 seconds is quite a long time. And the person who was right has got the glory of watching the whole wrong dance unfold in front of their eyes. But this is the rule. Once the wrong dance is over, the person who was right is never allowed to mention it ever again. I'm pleased to report it has already started happening in Alberta, ladies and gentlemen. I was approached 2 days ago by someone who said that she made her friend do a 3-minute wrong dance because the friend had committed what I believe to be the ultimate sin and given away the ending of the Harry Potter book. I felt a wave of hatred coming out. And I was telling the audience yesterday, someone in the front row said, I would have killed her. Oh, that's great. Watch a 3-minute wrong dance in there. Not good enough. Bang. So this is for my dad. It's called Do It All. Roll up. It's in a good cause. I've got everything you ever wanted to get your clammy paws on. Door-to-door knick-knacks and double glazing. Everything your empty laugh desires. It's in my bag. And it's amazing. I'll sweep your chimneys. I'm a market researcher. I can sell Conrad Black a copy of Socialist Worker. The efforts I've made to occupy the show. I can jump and pants up a pensioner and clean their windows for a tenner. I can sell him anything. Scouts on it. You could be relaxing on a Sunday afternoon and hoping that your day will never end. And then you'll hear a gentle knocking coming from your door, and you will go to answer it, thinking you might have a friend. But it's not your day, because to your dismay it will be me standing there with my bag full of wares, and every nerve, cell and pore will want to shout no and close the door. But you're too polite for that, and I don't really care. And I'll sell you all the things you never knew you needed. You might have seen it, but you won't believe it. And I won't let you go until you buy a year's subscription of People magazine with a free binder and matching bookshelf. So, Bubble Job, 3 gaslighters for £1. I'll save it for my grandson, but it's yours for 20 quid. I've spoken to your wife, and this will do her proud. I'm cutting my own throat, but I can do you a real favour. I'd try this one if I were you. That makes you look 10 years younger. No one in the world is exempt from my hit list. I can sell a bag of blood to a Jehovah's Witness. Because I'm living on my wits in a land of greed and plenty, and if you think you're better than me, you'll think twice when your pockets are empty. So when you're walking through town on a hot summer's day, just stop for a moment to look my way, because I'll be selling something you know you're going to need in a circle of people all looking at me, and I'll be there even when I'm not in the mood. I might be intrusive, but I'll never be rude. I'll sell what I can for as long as I can. It's a dog-eat-dog world. And I'm only a man, so Bubble Job, 3 gaslighters for £1. You can tell it's a genuine one, that's because of the way the dial goes round. And if you ever want some more, I'm only around the corner. I can sell you anything. Scouts on it. Cheers. Thanks.